Okay, we're going to continue with the weekly All Signs love readings, starting off with Sagittarius and then going on to Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. I did the other signs yesterday, so if you're interested in Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, they're on the last two lives, okay? And you'll see which ones are in the heading for those videos. Otherwise, you're welcome to stick around. Always, always welcome. Let's give the cards a shuffle. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this second week of September 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for your feelings first of all, Sagittarius. The Hierophant reversed, okay, it's the major arcana for Taurus. This is the card of the teacher. It's someone who has a lot of life experience, and so through the harsh lessons, the many lessons that they've learned, they're no longer the student, they're now the teacher. When the Hierophant is reversed, we're not using the benefit of our experience, the benefit of our wisdom, okay? So you could feel like you've been less than wise. You could feel like, yay, it's fairy in my beard. You could feel like you've had the wool pulled over your eyes, okay? The Sun reversed, okay, so the Sun card when it's upright is a card of being carefree, living with wild abandon, you know, like not having a care in the world. In the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, the Sun card is a naked baby riding a horse bareback, giggling with the sun shining behind it. So, yeah, it's not concerned with mortgages, it's not preoccupied with, you know, its body image, is it wealthy enough? Ego doesn't come into it, it's just being happy, carefree. So when it's reversed, you know, there's some sort of burden there, something that's affecting our mood. The Judgment reversed, okay, so you could feel like you're being called to take action. On this card, you can see that there's like a cemetery and there's all this emotion coming up. The angel is trying to raise the dead. It's like what's hidden, we need to illuminate it, or what we missed, we need to focus on it. You know, we need to go back and review, take some action. But you're ignoring it. Let's get some feelings for the one that shows up for you. So it could be someone that's on your mind, someone that you're actually dealing with, or someone that you're manifesting in the future. It does look like you've got something on your mind though, or that you're dealing with someone. The Four of Pentacles is the miser. It's like wanting to conserve a situation. So this is the person's feelings. Hi Sabine, I'm just on, I'm going through each of the zodiac signs. I'm on Sagittarius at the moment. They're collective readings. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is the breaking down of a family situation, breaking up finances, division of assets, withdrawing savings. King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so this person is dividing up family assets. They're focused on trying to conserve some money because they're losing a lot of money at the moment going through a divorce. Yeah, they're grieving the breakdown of a family situation with the Five of Cups. And the Page of Wands reversed is not really being excited for the future. You know, like obviously when you're in grief, you're kind of overwhelmed with emotion, and you know, even if you've caused the separation, it doesn't mean you're yet excited for something new. You're just kind of in that phase of processing what's going on. You know, you're sort of in shock, aren't you, to start with, and then there's a lot to deal with, and you don't really want any pressure or demands from something new. You just want to be by yourself and get your head together. You know, get your feet on the ground, start new routines for yourself, get your head together. See, that's what's going on with them. So you could be someone that's got someone who's, you know, in the process of separating from you. Because the Hierophant can be a marriage card as well. You could be going through a separation that you didn't choose. Yeah, there's a choice to be made here, but this person's not doing it. I think they're a little bit, like I said, they're isolating themselves. Hi, Samantha. When the Two of Swords is upright, it's ignoring the decision. You know, when you're in denial and you bury your head in the sand, or you just, you know, something needs to happen, but you just don't really want to deal with it right now. The Two of Swords reverse is actually better because you're sort of willing to face what's happening a bit more, rather than, you know, try to distract yourself from it. Yeah, there's heartbreak, okay? It's not easy going through divorce, separation. A lot of men, and obviously if you're a woman it's no different, but I think this is something a lot of men end up moving out of the family home, and the children and the mother stay, in the family dynamic more. Sort of live that way, and then occasionally, visit dad. Could be 50-50 that they visit dad, but dad's basically not living in his home anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like some people never get over that. So not being with your kids, not having them sleeping in the same room, not hearing those familiar noises that you hear when they're shouting at the Xbox or the PlayStation. Them going to the kitchen for snacks, it's all a routine and a familiarity. It's difficult to say that word. That you've lost, isn't it? So there's a grief for like that whole situation, for that whole way of life. They're still alive, but you're not cohabiting anymore, and it's weird and it's hard, for a long time. Some people never get over that. There's a lot of pain, a lot of grief, a lot of heartache. Hi, Nancy. Oh, I'm glad there's people on, because it's been very quiet when I've not been going on at peak time, because I'm still in the process of getting set back up for teacher work. I finished a work contract in the summer, so I've been coming on like earlier on in the day, and no, actually it was during August. It just went really quiet, and yeah, so I've just been coming on earlier anyway. Don't forget to give me a like, please, and support the channel. I'm on Sagittarius at the moment. I've done all the signs up to Sagittarius on the lives that I did yesterday. There's 2 lives, one with the first 4 signs, Aries to Cancer, and then the second 4, Leo to Scorpio. And today I'm doing Sagittarius 3 to Pisces, just because it's a lot of sitting. I do long readings, which people like, but it's a lot of sitting for me if I do all 12 signs. Getting swollen feet. 3 of Cups reversed. There's a third party situation that's been exposed, or there's not a cause to celebrate at the moment. 3 is a number of community. So in its general sense, it's about coming together with other people, not sitting by yourself in your house. But it can also represent, 2 of Cups as being in love, 3 of Cups is bringing someone else into the dynamic. It's a cup too many. So it could just be that there's a bit of isolation going on because of like this separation that's happening, which is normal. You go into hermit mode or whatever. When you grieve, you don't meet up with people and have a big laugh, do you? You sit kind of like with the people that kind of know what you're going through, when you sort of hang back from socializing for a while, because you're not yourself. You won't be good company anyway. And it feels disrespectful, doesn't it, in a way? But there could be a third party situation that's been exposed. It's one or the other, or both. Actually, it could be both. Have your kids only just gone back to school, Fairy Medbeard? Are you a fellow Taurus? That's cool. Hi, Afsan. Ding dong. Ours went back to school a week ago. We're in the northwest of England though, so I don't know if that makes a difference. Right, we've got the Ace of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles reversed. The Ace of Cups isn't just about being in love, it's having self-love, and we're coming out from the cold. The Five of Pentacles is a sense of lack. 5 in tarot is a bad number. 5 of Cups is grief. 5 of Swords is arguments. 5 of Wands is physical conflict or internal conflict. 5 of Pentacles is a lack of money, time, or energy. It's a sense of lack. Okay, so I think we're focused on self-care, in all honesty. I think there's some isolation happening, a focus on self-care. There could have been a third-party situation, but I don't know. But the main situation is we're just trying to recover, basically, from what is a hefty transition. It's not comfortable to separate, it's not comfortable to divorce where there's lasting generational wealth. There's probably kids involved, there's probably multiple assets, you know, it's a shock to family and friends. People are left sort of like, what? It can affect work, you know. Let's get one more. Are you in the south? Hi Tracy. Yay, we've got people coming on. No one's been coming on. I was like, oh my god. Why did they go like that? I don't know what. I need to concentrate. Let's concentrate. Oh my god, there's a lot of swords here. Thank you, Tracy. Ace of Swords reversed is a secret. It's a confession that needs to be revealed, or I mean, it can be like fogginess and lack of clarity, but with that one, which is an urgent message that needs to be delivered. Why is your name Rebecca, but you've got Tracy Knight? Genuine question. Knight of Swords is urgent message. This is like, I can't hold this in any longer. You know, this combination is just very clear. Oh. Because Halloween is my favourite time of the year. It's my favourite celebration. And the way that I deal with the end of the summer and it getting darker earlier and it getting like rainy and windy and back to school is by getting excited about Halloween. So we might as well embrace like autumnal cozy vibes. It's a really nice time of year, I think. I like to do, I'm going to be doing, I've got my dream catcher down and loads of Apache themed stuff. I'm going to do Native American Indian spreads and the medicine wheel and stuff like that, because they're always really popular and I just love this time of year. So I've got to maximise it. I'm not the kind of person that'll whip out the Halloween stuff like the day before. There's nothing in the house that's Halloween, it's just my tarot setup. I'm not like a freak that keeps like... Well, in the houses in North Wales, there's a lot of people, because they're like rural, they have really nice like pumpkin harvest time setups, but they don't have, I wouldn't have like Halloween stuff up all year. I think you're going to scare the local kids, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Sorry, Rebecca. Rebecca. Because I need to show you this jumper that I made because it's proper nice. I don't know why I'm going off track, but let's talk about autumn. It's fine. I know it's in the dryer. I'll show it to you. I'll post it on like the community thing, but I do tie-dye and I did a jumper that's like, it's my Vivaldi, honestly. It's like my 4 seasons. It's got all different autumnal colours on it. and everyone's obsessed with it. And then I posted it on my social media and my friends were like, it's still summer. And I'm like, it literally started being rainy and windy like the day after I did it. So it's like, no, I'm right, actually. I just get prepared, that's all. I'm not in denial. Right, back to where we were at. In the outcome, there's going to be an urgent message, and it's something that's been kept. Something that's been kept, like, locked up inside that needs to be out. Something needs to be said. Let's clarify their feelings. This is the Kinner Tarot deck. It's my absolute, well, I've got a few favourites, but they're so cheap off Temu. I don't buy tarot decks off small companies because they're like 50 quid. But Temu, basically, they're global, aren't they? So you can afford to, like, buy things in bulk and create things with AI just, like, easy. So they're like, I swear they're like €2 per deck on Temu, which is why I've got so many. Oh, I've knocked my setup over, hang on. I've got these Wise Witch Oracle cards as well. Oh, are you in Wales? 1% Wales. Oh, are you 1% Welsh? 1% isn't... should we regard that as like... Mind you, I'm 4% apparently Greek, and I tell everyone. Because, you know, it's more exotic, isn't it? It's more like Mediterranean and like, yeah. I should say Pnawn then. That's what I'd be saying to my class right now. Closed off, not emotionally available, distracted, hurt in the past. Yeah, this person, if someone's separating from you at the moment, Sagittarius, don't worry about them getting into a new relationship anytime soon. They've not been emotionally available to anyone. You're part French. We'll all claim that we're part something. Futures embrace, seize prospects, absorb wisdom, and spring into action for your ambitions. Hanging on, release the past and let yourself love again. This person just going through a huge transition, okay? So they're in a process of, like, healing. That's so poetic because we've got release the past and we've got futures embrace, but it doesn't happen overnight, does it? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be 6 months to a year or like longer. I hate that when you've gone through a breakup and it was them that did it and you just like, please don't get with anyone for at least a year because I can't cope with it. I hate hearing from other people that they're with someone new and like, oh, just don't want to know. Do not want to know. Hi, Esme. What sign are you? We're doing collective readings and we're on the sign of Sagittarius at the moment. Keeping a promise. Well, that's a weird one to come out. That's a weird one to come out, isn't it? What about the unspoken truth? You Scorpio. So I did Scorpio yesterday. I don't mind if you want to click out of this live and go onto the lives playlist and you'll see the last live that I did has got the last 4 signs. If fate brought us together, why won't it let us be? Keeping a promise, but they're going through a divorce. I do wonder, because we had this Three of Cups card, that, like, that, you know, another person has prompted this separation. Doesn't mean that they're going to have a proper relationship, but there could have been another person that they were dealing with. Not saying definitely, it's just an odd couple of cards to come out. Let's get a new contact message. Hi, Callum. In this live, you'll get Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. If you go into another live because you want one of the other signs, that's fine, but will you give me a like first before you go? Because otherwise YouTube will think that you're not into what I'm doing. And we all know that you guys are. Ghosted. I'm sorry I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. You could have been struggling to get hold of this person, you know, like contact them or get them to open up emotionally. Ooh, Amazon's here. My tanning mitt and my marigolds are here. I can do my tan now. Law of attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. What? Oh, thanks, Dad. Strength card. There's a need to be emotionally strong. Leo energy. What's the advice for Sagittarius? Oh, hang on, let me get, no, I did get one. What's the advice? Intuition and visions. Embrace your intuition and the power of the feminine divine. Trust your inner guidance. What's your gut telling you about the situation? Is someone making it very difficult for you to get in touch? Are they taking a long time to get back to you? Are they not answering a lot of your messages? Was there anything looking back that didn't make sense, that didn't add up? You know, were they always late for things? Like, were they making excuses to, you know, stay out overnight? was anything like, you know, working extra late, these kind of things, like visions. Look within, Francis. Your inner visions hold profound insights. They're just telling you to, like, trust your gut, you know. If something feels off, then it is. If something doesn't add up, you don't know the full picture, you know. Things often don't make sense because we haven't got all the information. Stuff's being withheld. Because you've got the Hierophant reverse, which is about feeling less than wise. Okay, and that's not to do with intuition, that's to do with like judgment and wisdom based off of your life experience and what you know is likely to happen if you don't pick up certain red flags or take certain precautions. The Sun card is being burdened, and then the Judgment reversed is ignoring, you know, like you're sort of in a compass, you're in a guidance, like your gut's trying to tell you something. See, I think you're trying to manifest them back and they're trying to manifest you. Even though it's hard and it's awful, they're kind of like at some point going to look forwards. Shift your focus, Sagittarius. Respect the rules. Don't you feel that that relates to marriage, though? Respect the rules? Or, like, do you think respect the rules is more about not holding grudges, you know, being able to love unconditionally, not overstepping boundaries by, like, stalking people, that kind of thing? Shift your focus and respect the rules. Don't be tempted to do anything to get vengeance on this person or anything like that. Don't get yourself into trouble over someone else that's basically... They're showing you from their actions, aren't they, that it's done, so don't be tempted to kind of like spy on them or do anything underhand. Release what no longer serves you, do you know what I mean? You can't make anyone be with you. You can't do that. Opportunities for growth. Everything is happening for me and for my evolution. I am not a victim of the things that happen. I take ownership of my life and make the best of the challenges along my journey. I see how difficult moments help me to become my best version, and I am thankful for them. Play. I am completely engaged in what I do in the here and now. I call it play instead of work. I am deeply fulfilled by all that I do. This opportunities for growth is exactly right. Okay, what's done is done. It's happened. You can't make anyone be with you or make anyone see and feel how you see and feel about things. Focus on what you can control, you know, focus on your stability, focus on things that make you feel good, things that you enjoy, people that are readily making themselves available to you. Grab onto stability and choose to grow, you know. You can grow spiritually as well. And if you're watching tarot, you're doing that, but you can read about about tarot and read about the earth angels, the chakras, focus on healing yourself, you know. No one deserves to be miserable. No one deserves to live miserably. And when you feel a loss of control, it can really, you know, just feel disgusting. But if you exercise, you eat right, you keep going to work, and you make sure that you do things you enjoy, you can only do well from that. Me, I don't like to check up on people that have broken up with me. I can't watch, do you know what I mean? It's like watching a car crash. I just don't want to do that. It's painful, it's horrible. Self-preservation is key. Investing into yourself is key right now. Let's get a good fortune card. A veil of mystery surrounds you. Embrace the enchantment. You know what's quite cool about it? Doesn't feel good. Well, of course it feels horrific when you're going through a divorce or a separation, or if you're boyfriend and girlfriend and you break up. It's horrific. It feels awful. You feel so lonely. You feel really rejected. You think, well, why have they left? You know, and you start to like put yourself down or think I'm not good enough. But you can turn that determination, transmute that, you know, sense of like anger into determination, and have like the biggest like rising up, you know, like a phoenix coming up from the ashes, and like you get refocused on what you want for yourself. You know, they've deviated, they've like gone off the radar, whatever. You get back to not having to compromise, you get back to what you want. You know, who were you before you had to start becoming half of them and like half of something, and compromise over everything and create that life? Who were you before that? What did you want for yourself? What have you always wished to do but you've never done? It's something quite nice about getting focused back in, and having to do that. You've got to do it anyway, so you might as well throw yourself into it, you know? And it starts off with the gym, and it starts off with eating right, dressing nice, hanging out with friends and family, doing hobbies, you know, focusing on work. And before you know it, you got people queuing up around the block to... People are going to be watching you. They're not going to be watching them. They'll be watching you to see what you do next. All eyes are going to be on you, and people are going to be queuing up. There's people coming out the woodwork wanting to present themselves towards you, you know, that kind of thought this person was never like good enough for you, or you never deserved to like the outcome of this situation. You just wait. You just wait. I'm going to get you a divine timing card to see when you're going to get new. Release all expectations, okay? So your homework right now is just to invest in yourself, you know, opportunities for growth. Think about it a portion, because you're allowed to reflect, you're allowed to be pissed off, you're allowed to be sad, okay? But think about it for a portion, and then make sure that you are doing new things that you've always wanted to do. You know, keeping certain routines in place like work. Shift your focus onto yourself and what vision you've got for yourself. Follow your gut. I'm telling you, you're the next big thing, so do not worry at all. All right, I think I've pulled everything for you. So we're going to move on to Capricorn. All the best, and if you're going through that, please give me a like to let me know that it resonates. Please share the channel with anyone who you know is going through this at the moment. Like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, hype me up, support the channel as much as you can. It's a new channel, it's only a year old. I'll start to do live Q&As and memberships as soon as I get to 4,000 watch hours. I'll probably do a tarot course as well, so you can learn more about what the cards mean, and like you might want to do tarot yourself. I probably won't do extendeds just because I think you get everything that you need from my readings. They're pretty deep already. I doubt I could pull out anything additional for you. It'd just be scamming you if I did that. But I can certainly teach tarot and give you some extras. Go and get the card in. Oh my god. There we go. Let's see what's going on with Capricorn. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this second week of September 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Capricorn's feelings first of all. The Justice reversed. Something's unfair, something's unequal. You've been wronged somehow. Major Arcana for Libra. Tell you what I might do on memberships is like all the signs versus each other. It'd have to be something I can like realistically keep up with, wouldn't it? Or could you like the month ahead, finance readings, stuff like that. The World card. Now the World is a nice card, okay? It's a Major Arcana. In the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realises that better days are coming. You can see this shooting star. after a rough spell, we can rationalize, okay, and we know that life is just a series of ups and downs, okay. What goes down must come back up. You know, after a hard period, we're gonna get a good period. It's just how it is, you know, things shift, things change. Change is inevitable. It's the only constant that we have is change. So better days are most definitely coming. So feeling more positive after being wronged in some way, Capricorn. Hi Rishab. Hi Alpana. These are collective readings by zodiac sign. You can pay for a personal reading, or you can watch the sign of your person and watch your sign, and you should be able to follow a narrative that should answer your question. If you support the channel, when I get to 4,000 watch hours, I'll start to do lives dedicated to answering your questions for like $10 or something per question. I know that's very popular. The 5 of Wands reversed is like, I don't want drama. I do not want any conflict. I don't want mixed up emotions. I don't want any trouble from anyone else. I don't want anyone rocking my boat. You know, I'm just trying to get myself stable right now. Avoiding drama. Whoop. 2 of Wands reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed. Now, the 2 of Wands reversed is refusing to make a plan. Okay, so you don't make a plan when you don't know which way your life is going. So someone's avoiding making some sort of plan. And the King of Pentacles reversed is like someone who's very unstable financially. It's Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If they were upright, they'd be a fantastic provider, very secure financially, very nurturing, very giving, love languages to buy things for the people that they care about. And they like to, you know, be materially wealthy. Things are not good financially right now, but this person doesn't know what to do about it. Hence the lack of planning. I don't answer individual questions on these lives, sorry. I have to do readings for collective at the moment because they're free. The Judgment reversed. The Judgment upright is we're trying to raise the dead. We're trying to evoke strong emotions, you know, get people to wake up and take action where they need to act. This person's ignoring the call to act. You know, they're like denying this sense of like urgent responding to something. They're in denial, they're closed off, you know, they're ignoring any like vibes, feelings, sensations, ignoring what they really want or what they really need to do. The Page of Wands reversed is not being enthusiastic about any kind of new venture, whether that's work, whether it's relocating, becoming single, you know, entering into a relationship, having been single. It's like a lack of enthusiasm. There's just full-on denial going on their side. You're quite like, after you feel like you've been wronged, you're quite rational about things, and you're like, well, stuff has to get better, but I don't want any drama. I'm going to keep out of trouble, you know, like I'm going to focus on myself. Whereas they're more like not dealing with stuff, you know. Let's get 3 for the outcome. Knight of Pentacles. Someone's going to make an offer. Knight of Pentacles is usually what you offer someone in the dating phase, like you know, with a view to having a relationship if it goes well. It's increments of time, money and energy, like I wish to invest in you. You know, a page is curious, a knight makes moves, makes a play for people. A king or a queen is probably already very secure. They could be married, they don't have to be, but they're a very mature, responsible person. They're not frivolous, they don't make quick moves. They kind of think things through before they approach and stuff like this, because they've got a lot of responsibilities. They've got stuff to consider, other people to consider. They've got more experience. A knight is like the dating phase. So someone wants to make an offer. Someone's ready to date with a view to getting into a relationship, and they're not enthusiastic about you, so I'd say it's you. Knight of Wands reversed. In the outcome, yeah, I think that's them, and I think you're not going to act with passion anymore. You're going to act, you know, for stability, like groundedness, someone who's very earthy the way that you are, Capricorn, like someone that likes stability. You may be very attracted to earth signs. I mean, that person looks like they could have been an earth sign or had earth placements with the King of Pentacles. You're not going to let your emotions like drive you to be impulsive. You're going to invest in someone to get stability. You're not interested in drama or being a player or anything like this. If that card, that 5 of Swords, was upright, that would be arguments and division, but it's reversed. So we're avoiding arguments and division. You're looking to find a soulmate. You want to look around, pages look and observe, and you want to find a soulmate. You want to find someone that you're supposed to be with long term. You want a real future with someone. Let's clarify there. Oh, what's this one? Knight of Swords reversed. You're probably going to keep it to yourself. You might not be bragging about it or, you know, being very public, like going on apps about it, but you might just be thinking to yourself, maybe I'll meet someone through work, maybe I'll meet someone through any clubs that I'm a part of, or, you know, a friend of a relative or something like that. Like, you might be keeping it more on the down low, you know, not putting it in everyone's faces or making it overly public. Not in a shady way, just to avoid like gossip and whatever, I don't know. Avoid upsetting this person. Why are they the King of Pentacles reversed, the Judgment reversed, avoiding planning unhappy about, unenthusiastic about the future. Sneaky snake. Well, that goes with the fact that you feel something was unjust. Going behind your back, deceitful swindler. Ooh. In a fog, fear, obligation or guilt makes you stay. Get clarity. They could feel guilty about cheating or guilty about, you know, getting you into financial difficulty. They could be afraid to, you know, live in their own chaos. They could be codependent. They could have quite a strong ego and feel like they're obliged to stay because you are married, because you have property or something like this. Because you have kids. Some people don't believe in divorce, you know, and they don't agree with it, and they have quite strong views about it. And sometimes it's not yourself that has those views, but it could be parents. You know, we all worry at any age what our parents think. You know, it really matters to us what our siblings think and what our friends think, you know, co-workers that we're close to. Like, you just worry, don't you? Like, you're like, oh, what's everyone going to say? We shouldn't worry about it because it's not them that's having to live our life, is it? Why are they having, like, jurisdiction over what we do? It's weird. Don't give people that option. You wouldn't say, here, just, like, decorate my house how you want. Because that's your dominion. Who you date, who you marry, who you have children with is your dominion. That's for you to decide. It's not for other people to decide whether you divorce or whether you have to stay in your bed that you made. Because they're not having to live that. That can be a life sentence if you do that. In their feels. They could be into, I don't know, because I was going to say they could be into someone else, but they're not excited about the future. Sometimes you cheat and you regret it. You know, if it's a one-night stand, it doesn't really mean anything. You're like, well, why did you do that? That was pointless. Or, you know, people pay for prostitutes and stuff like that. So that's not like a love situation, is it? It doesn't mean you're excited about the future. You could be into drink and drugs and prostitutes because you're unraveling. That doesn't mean that you're excited to be with a new person. It just means that you're processing problems that you've got in your life in a very toxic way. It's like a toxic coping mechanism. It's not enthusiasm for a brand new start in a healthy relationship. It's very different. I pretend I don't care, but I see you in my dreams. Yeah, it's like they're not into anyone new. They're unraveling. A lot of people unravel. You know, they're like, oh, I'll take you out, mate, and get you drunk, and you just need to, like, go and get really drunk and go on a big bender. And that's how mates help people that are going through a breakup. And it's like, it doesn't help you wake up the next day broke, hungover, lonely, and wondering where your life's going. And I just feel like that's what this King of Pentacles is doing. Whether they're male or female, I think they're like, where is my life going? Let's get a no contact message from them. Focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. Well, I would expect that because they're the King of Pentacles reversed. So it doesn't mean that they are an earth sign necessarily. They could be. But the main reason Spirit's pulled out a King of Pentacles is that's about money and being able to provide and have stability. This person's got a lot of outgoings. Either they've lost their job or, you know, the cost of living plus some extra expenses because they're separating from you is, you know, putting them through their paces. So they're just kind of focused on, you know, the way that we get nervous in a civilized kind of like reality, 3D reality, is we feel unsafe when we don't have money coming in. We feel unsafe when we know we can't house ourselves, when we can't pay bills. So they know that they've got to focus on that. They could have addiction, they could have, you know, other things going on. It could simply be that they're struggling with work because their mental health isn't good, or work is just stressful. Like 50% of the workforce in the world is like suffering from chronic stress. So it doesn't matter what job you do, but people are stressed out, aren't they? So, and then there's all this going on. It's too much. My fantasy, you're my fantasy. I have pictures and videos saved of you and use them for inspiration. I want you. So they never got over you. Still listening. I listen to the music you've shared with me. It helps me to connect with you, although we are apart. That's hard. Whatever they did, I'm not saying to get back with them, but sometimes it helps to know that they're suffering, or it helps to know that they've got regrets, or it helps to know that there isn't someone else, it's just them unraveling, you know, like, it doesn't make it okay or fine, but you don't like to think that it's because there's someone else, or that they're doing really well, you know, since, like, and the problem was just you, or whatever. Like, even if people say shit like that, it's never the case. They're just projecting. Doesn't mean it doesn't stay in your head, but... Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm trying to eat less because... I'm trying to eat less because I put weight on over the summer. Like, I tried my work clothes on and I was like, some of those are a little bit tight. So I've had fruit. Like, I'm not starving myself, but it's nearly dinner, so it's fine. Pay attention to signs. The synchronicities you've been noticing are not coincidences. Ooh. I can feel it's going to happen again. Hang on, let me have some water. It might help. Did I sound really scouse then? Everyone's laughing about this meme where this scouse lad's going, I'm serious. I'm laughing about that at the moment. You have so many choices and options. This is what they're thinking and feeling. I just wish things were different. I am absolutely in love with you. And 6 is the 6 of Cups, which is soulmates. I don't know what this person's problems are, but they don't cope with them in a healthy way. You know, they self-medicate and act out, you know, spiral. It's okay to be stressed, but the best way is to talk about things and go to GP. You know, it's not to overly drink or gamble or seek out prostitutes or, you know, overly get into anything, smoking and getting out of it isn't, that's escapism. You've got to come back to all your problems again. All they think about is you, Capricorn. And I'm not saying that you have to get back with them, but it's just like information so that you know that's where they're at. But you definitely feel like you were wronged in a big way, and better days are coming, and you're kind of like looking for a new investment. You want a true soulmate. Don't overdo it, it will cost you. Only do it once, be patient, don't doubt it. Ooh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? What the hell is that? I feel like all of those are like, after something's ended, don't go back. If you choose to get over someone, only do it once. Be patient and don't doubt, you know, the decisions that you've made. Don't overdo it, it'll cost you. Like, to me, that's like the negative coping mechanisms, like the self-medicating and, you know, cheating on someone, even if it's with a prostitute, is still cheating. You know, you might not be emotionally cheating, but you're just not coping with stuff in the proper way. And I know someone, he's not a bad person at all. A friend's husband, they both went through a really horrendous time. They both got made jobless overnight in another country during the pandemic, and one, you know, went to a GP and coped with her breakdown in that way, and the other one cheated and got high and spiraled, you know, like what they both suffered. It wasn't an emotional cheating, it was just like, I've done things the right way and it hasn't worked for me, you know, like it was like a sense of this is not fair at all. You know, they had little ones and come back home, the rent's like a stupid amount, gets doubled overnight just because the landlord felt like it. You know, they struggle to find work, him in particular, and it's just, people aren't necessarily awful that are doing things when they're spiraling. It's just like they're not coping, do you know what I mean? And it's usually after a long period of trying to cope. He's actually redeemed himself since, and they're all happily together, so you just never know, do you? You just never know what people are going to go through in their life and what you're going to have to work through. A loved one from the past will re-enter your life. Isn't that weird that I was saying that? Isn't that so weird? That's freaked me out. Hi, love being Nana. Oh, thank you. I'm having a fine day today. I went for a walk in the rain in my autumnal hoodie that I made, and I enjoyed it because it's still quite warm, isn't it? It's still quite warm in the day, so it's quite a nice time of year. Like, I don't mind the rain. It's not windy, really. It's quite a still day. It's quite warm. A little bit of rain is quite nice. It's actually better for my lungs, that kind of weather, so. And yeah, all the leaves are starting to change and stuff. It's really nice. Casting spells. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. And just as I say that, it's 1:11 and 11 on the clock. So yes, I've been on here for an hour, 11 minutes and 11 seconds. So you'll have to look up those angel numbers, 111 and 1111. We know that's make a wish, you know. Casting spells is like, so this may come back to you, you know. I'm amazed every day at how my friend was able to forgive her husband, but she realised, she said to me, well, if I hadn't have let him live in the house, you know, lived in separate rooms, but if I had have like rejected him, he wouldn't have had his kids. He would have felt like his whole life was over and he would have taken more drugs and gone to more parties. So she opened the door a bit, you know, and they continued that way for quite a while, and now they're like fully back together, and it's like he's totally like better than he ever was, you know. They're really tight now, so it's I don't know, I'm learning every day, do you know what I mean? I don't know everything, and how I think about things and how I feel about things changes every like 5 to 10 years, to be honest. There's no way I would have like accepted that in my 20s, and I would have been so like black and white about everything. But yeah, so much has happened. Like, I'm 40 now, so much has happened. I've seen so much happen, and I just think, you know, I let people like work their own way through stuff, haven't you? And they're entitled to do what they want, and it may be the right thing for them. So if Capricorn is going to reunite with this ex at some point, when will that happen? Crap. Oh, I can't keep hold of it all, so we'll just look at it, okay? Because maybe it's supposed to be out around July, so this time next year almost. Yeah, around July, August next year. It'll be sooner than you expect. No, that's really weird, because if I was on the wrong track, it'd probably say like concentrate on yourself or do this or that. But you may have time apart from this person who's unraveling, and you may come back together next year, next summer. Because it says a loved one from the past will re-enter your life. Casting spells. Did I get these or not? I don't think I pulled this one, did I? Threads. Weave the threads of your dreams. Your thoughts shape your reality. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others, through my words I am casting beautiful spells. A loved one will return to your life threads. Weave the threads of your dreams. Your thoughts shape your reality. There's a lot about positive thinking here, and this is what's required for your manifestations. If you love someone unconditionally, you just want them to kind of sort themselves out and be okay for their sake. It doesn't mean that the condition is like as long as they get back with you. You know, and I've experienced that multiple times where I just want the person to heal, even if it's sad that we're not together, even if, you know, you just don't want to see someone in distress. It doesn't make you feel good, you know. And when you do that and you don't hold grudges, you know, you heal the heart chakra and you forgive and you surrender things. You don't try to control it. The minute you try to control the outcome of something, it slows everything down. If you start to feel angry or bitter or wish, you know, ill on people, you lower your vibration. If you think everything's against you, you lower your vibration. If you just say, you know, I'm really grateful for this or that, it's okay that I'm upset because a lot's happened. But, you know, I can't control someone else's healing, and these are the things that I want. And I want a person with these qualities. I want a workplace with these characteristics. I want to live in this location. These are things that I want, and I surrender them to the universe, you know, and the divine will bring things in as and when they're supposed to. And for now, I'm going to concentrate on myself. And I promise you, like, your life will be so different in a year's time. Right, I've pulled everything that I can. If you're not interested in the past and you want someone new, totally new, and you know that and you're adamant about that, when will Capricorn meet someone new if Capricorn wants someone new? Presumably you need to heal a bit before you get involved with someone new, because you definitely feel like you were wronged, but then we know that you're looking for investment and security, aren't you, with someone? So release the need to control the situation. Okay, focus on yourself. You can never go wrong with that. Focus on feeling abundant, being grateful, being high vibrational. Try to be positive as much as you can. Ask the universe what you want and then surrender it. Okay, release the need to control it. And I love that dream catcher. I've got one that looks like that, you know. You're going to have what you want either way, okay? All right, take care. I hope this resonates for some people or people that you know. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. I'm on TikTok and YouTube, but I post exactly the same content on both. I do the lives on YouTube and then I break them up into individual readings and post them, because it gets me into the algorithm twice, and not everyone, you know, wants to like rewind through a live with chatting and stuff like that. I don't do the lives on TikTok, but I would like to do a live on TikTok. It doesn't save the video if you do a live on TikTok, so it's just something that I would have to do extra time-wise. It's not going to help me with keeping up with my posts. It would be an addition, maybe just get more. I should try it to see if I get a lot more followers, because TikTok is growing faster than YouTube for me, but that's without even doing any lives. So I kind of like got no idea what effect it'll have, like, or how much effect it'll have. I'm quite curious. I just wish it would save them. Occasionally I post like motivational quotes that I've seen, you know, in other places. I repost them on my Instagram. I've set up an Instagram now, but I won't be posting videos on there. It'll just be like motivational messages and stuff. Set it up because I might be collabing with some other tarot readers, so we can communicate through there. We love a quote though. It's all part of the self-work and the healing and recovery. Oh, I've dropped it. Hang on. Right, on to Aquarius. I'm going to have to nip to the loo. Varying Red Beard has taught me, put it in the wrong way, not to hold my way in for tarot. God, I'll have to do that when I go back to work, won't I? Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius's highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in this second week of September 2025 with regards to when they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Aquarius is feeling first of all, please. The Six of Pentacles. So, looking for equal give and take, looking for balance. Six is a number of, it's an even number, it's a number of balance. Pentacles are increments of time, money and energy. You could be looking to treat two people fairly in a situation, or you could just be looking for reciprocity and fairness and equilibrium from a partner, or it's about reciprocity, equal give and take, fairness. The Justice reversed. Now, the Justice upright is fairness. It's the legal system. It's the major arcana for Libra. It's balance. Things being right, fair, just. When that's reversed, it can feel like something is unfair, something is unjust. Could point to marriage as well. You may feel wronged in some sort of way. Ooh. The Ace of Swords is a confession, clarity, truth, and major revelation. Maybe something you perceived to be fair actually wasn't, and you've changed your mind about how you feel about that, and the way that you perceive it has changed. Or the way that you're being treated now is unfair, where it was fair. It's something to do with fairness and equality and justice. Some sort of revelation, the truth, confession, clarity. Let's see who's coming out in your reading. So, this is a lack of growth, a lack of work. Interesting that it's Pentacles, because that's increments of time, money and energy. When it's upright, you can see the work tools. This is growth and expansion. Eight of Pentacles, it's the future. It's building and growing with a view to becoming financially secure, financially independent. In a relationship, it's the intention that we would keep going to get to the Ten of Pentacles. As an individual, it's becoming the Nine of Pentacles, where you can provide for yourself. The Ten of Pentacles, you provide for others. But that's reversed, so someone's no longer investing in something. They're not working at it. They don't have intentions for a future. And at the same time as they've got that, you've got the Six of Pentacles, where you did have good intentions and you were putting in your half. The Ten of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Someone is devastated, is the word. There's so many swords from their feet all the way up to their skull. There's extra. They are just completely, there's no coming back from this. And that's to do with the past. So that's why they're no longer investing. They're absolutely done. And you feel that this is unjust. Ten of Wands is like, this has been a long, hard, arduous road. It's been challenge after challenge after challenge. It makes me laugh, this one, because the wands are dropping down onto the skull's head. But 10 is the end of a cycle, and we've got 10 of Swords and we've got 10 of Wands. This is done. This is the end of a chapter. There's no growth in it. And it's not through lack of trying. It's been very, very painful for this person. In the outcome, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So someone is becoming single and they're becoming financially, you know, able to support themselves. Each person in this scenario is perceiving it to be very, very unfair. Very unfair. The Six of Cups is a soulmate. It's a card of nostalgia, the Six of Cups. Each cup is filled with emotion. You can see there's a four-leafed clover for good luck. It's a soulmate. It's someone that we're supposed to be with. Nostalgic feelings, you know, you can feel like you've known someone a lifetime, and you may have, or you might meet someone for the first time and feel like you've already known them, when rationally you know you haven't, but you've probably known them in a previous life. Okay, so soul contracts are signed before we come into the 3D. When we're in the 5D, you agree to have a relationship with someone, you know, to live out a divine union with someone. So there could be a soulmate coming into the equation once you become single. Ten of Cups reversed. The outcome of you becoming single is double-edged, okay, because you'll meet a soulmate, but you'll also make a lot of people unhappy within the family. That doesn't mean they'll be unhappy forever, but it's going to cause that initial... I mean, it's mutual, you know, like it's everyone's fault when there's a separation. It's not really possible to say that, oh, one person's upset the family, because who knows why things didn't work. Why are they no longer investing? Why are they the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands? Mirror. Reflection issues, like attracts like. So you could have been trauma bonded to one another. Or you could have, like I said, you could have mutually come together and mutually parted. Not because it's easy or it's fine and you're both fine with splitting up, but it wasn't, something about it wasn't functional or healthy to start with. You could have been attracted to each other and you thought that it was a soul union, but it was actually like a false flame, or you were trauma bonded to each other, like you were actually enabling negative behaviours in one another. Whilst there's still a lot of positive that comes out of creating a home and dedicating time, money and energy into building assets and having children, something may have been fundamentally like malfunctioning from day one, and you might have facilitated one another with stuff that actually needs healing and not to be facilitated anymore. Like if someone's got an overwhelming desire to control and another person's got an overwhelming desire to be submissive, then you'll be attracted to each other, but that's only perpetuating the one that needs to be submissive and a people pleaser and the one that needs to be domineering and controlling. You get worse at what you do, you don't get better. Or you get better at doing the wrong thing instead of having to heal. I don't know why I picked that one. Devotion blooms, nurture both blossoms and thorns with tenderness. Okay, so you're going to have to kill with kindness to get through this. Bad choices have been involved in this. Betrayal has been involved. Traitors, backstabbing, deceit, unworthy of trust. Okay, so it's created a, toxicity that's probably always been there, or it's built up incrementally. Because something was always wrong, even though there might have been a lot right, something wasn't how it's supposed to be. The truth isn't always black and white. I keep stepping towards you only to pull away again. Yeah, there's something really unhealthy. It's literally game playing and one-upmanship, or, you're moving left so I'll move right, or I'll ignore you so you start chasing me. It's like games and trying to make each other jealous, or stuff that can only end badly, really. Trying to confuse each other, not talking to each other, it's just toxic. There could have literally been affairs on both sides. Some people do that to go, they don't even realise, but I've been cheating. Do you know what I mean? It's like a control thing. Nervous. You make me nervous. Even just thinking about you, I get nervous. I'm not sure what to say or how to act around you. Boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow. Yeah, someone, one of you or both of you hasn't had boundaries. Things have happened that are like over the line. Like, if one person is controlling and they demand to see your phone and have all your passwords, and, they regularly, like, look in your diary, or it's, that's not normal trust behaviour in a healthy, functioning relationship. You shouldn't need, to do that. But it's not necessarily that you're an untrustworthy person, but they've grown up in an environment or previously been deceived, or they've got trauma that means they can't stand the thought of a relationship ending, even when it's an unhealthy one. And then, you might be someone who's a people pleaser. You might be someone who, is overly submissive or puts up with being controlled because maybe you've got abandonment issues and you like that they're controlling because it means you'll never be alone, even if it's an unhealthy relationship. It's something's really not normal about this. It's very like a trauma bond. and it means boundaries are being crossed, and it's never quite been on, you know, the right frequency, the right track. It's never been super healthy. Trauma bond isn't soulmates, it's just a trauma bond, you know, and you can fall in love with anyone. You can fall in love with a narcissist, let's be honest. So you can have children with a narcissist, you can marry a narcissist. So guess what? You can marry, fall in love with and have children with someone that you're trauma bonded with. I don't want to lose you. Well, of course they're going to be afraid, because this is all they've ever known for a very long time, and it'll trigger like unhealthy reactions and stuff. You can click back into like, I just need to stay with this person, or we just need to get back together. Ask a parent, ask someone who's older, what would you do in this situation? What do you think I should do? Because they've been through stuff like this themselves. They've been through stuff like this themselves. They know you better than anyone else, and they want the best for you generally. Okay, unless they're a narcissist or a psycho, and then you wouldn't be asking them anyway, would you? But if you have a good relationship with your mother, whether they're alive or not, you know, you can ask them what they think. A lot of people already know. You think they don't know, but they actually have observed this relationship for, you know, as long as it's been around, and they've known, like, and not said it because they didn't think you would take it well. But they've known what you need to do. Mysteries. Unlock ancient secrets. The past holds the keys to your future. You're supposed to learn some sort of major lesson from this separation, from this relationship, what it means, why it happened, what was your part, what was their part, why you chose it, why you were attracted to it in the first place, why you stayed in it, and how you feel now that you're leaving it. It's part of your soul's purpose. It's part of like your lesson that you're supposed to learn in this lifetime. Personal journey. I follow what feels right within me, without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. Right, some good fortune. A mysterious message will reveal your true path. Ooh. You might be getting a text or a DM from someone, a message via another person. You're supposed to be somewhere else, with someone else. When is Aquarius going to meet someone new, please? When is Aquarius going to meet someone new? Okay, there might be a bit more of a wait before this person comes in, but you're definitely going to hear from someone. And, you know, remember, you've got to do what's right for you, even if family express that this is like very unsettling for them, or don't you think you ought to like do this or do that. You've got to do what's right for you, okay? Because there wasn't boundaries in this dynamic. It was something that's you're supposed to break free out of a cycle that's very negative with this person, okay? And they're supposed to break free from it as well. And they may actually try to cling on to you instead of releasing you. There might be some games getting played, a lack of boundaries, but it's saying ask your mother. And you're going to become single, you're going to look for a proper soulmate, and it might upset the apple cart, but this is about you now, Aquarius. It's about your personal journey, okay? And there's going to be a message from someone that sends you in the right direction. Okay, I think I've pulled everything that I can pull for you, so I'm going to let you go. I'm going to move on. And we're going to go on to Pisces. I'm going to have to open this window as well because it stinks. It stinks of sage. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this second week of September 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Pisces. How is Pisces feeling? The 10 of Swords reversed. You've completed a cycle and you're dropping the burdens. You're no longer distressed, in pain, suffering. You choose, to let go of all that. all those awful thoughts and feelings that you are having. You're choosing to release it, okay? The Four of Swords is much needed respite, but the Magician reversed is like, I haven't got the tools to make this happen right now. The Magician upright is all four aces, okay? The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. I've got the intellect, I've got the money, I've got the patience, you know, the understanding, I've got the strategy, I've got the ambition. It's having everything you need to succeed. If you feel like emotionally you can't deal with this right now, it's probably not a good time to go for a job interview. If you haven't got the finances, it's probably not a good time to get into a relationship. If you've got emotional baggage or financial problems, you don't want to be getting into a relationship. There's stuff that needs dealing with. Something's off balance. One of these aces or more of these aces is missing. And so now isn't really the time to make our dreams come true. And now it's time to take a breather, a much needed respite. The Five of Swords reverse is like, I don't want arguments. I'm going to really try to avoid any any like division, any arguments, any back and forth, nasty words, cold words, blocking, unblocking. I just don't want calm. Like, I don't want division. So many swords here. It definitely looks like you're trying to rebalance your emotions because it's been a really tough, upsetting, event or period of your life. Right, on the other side, your person, the one that's on your mind, the one that you're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in, they've got the Eight of Swords reversed. So they're coming out of a period of feeling stuck. The sense of like there being no way out, no way around a certain circumstance or challenge. They don't feel like that anymore. They're coming out of that mental imprisonment, feeling like there's no solution, they're stuck, that there's no way out. They're coming out of that. Five of Pentacles is feeling... Oh no, sorry, it's four. Yeah, it's four. That makes more sense. Four of Pentacles is the miser. It's, I need to hold on to my money, my time, my energy, and I need to preserve and conserve what I have. They might not be very social. They might not be spending that much. They might need to, tighten the reins. Keeps themselves... They might feel like they really want to control their circumstances. Their income, their savings, their status, relationship status. Maybe they just want to be single and not even date, Knight of Cups is... Knight of Cups is like Romeo and Juliet vibes. That's like, I really want to express how I feel about this person because my heart's bursting and I really think I'm in love with them, or really think I could fall for them. It has to be them. They're very special to me. Romeo only wants Juliet and Juliet only wants Romeo. So it's like that vibe. And it's upright. Maybe something wasn't possible before because it's taboo, you know, it's a subordinate and a superior, or it's the brother or sister of a friend, best friend, or, you know, it's a different person of a different religion, something. They were in their head about something and now they're not. They're feeling quite possessive, and now they're in their feels like Romeo and Juliet vibes. The devil, they're obsessed. This person's obsessed. They're very attached to spending lots and lots of time thinking about you. The Fool is being ready to take a leap of faith. They're ready to jump in. They're ready to go all in. Unfortunately, it looks like this is like bad timing for you. I don't know if you like are looking for love right now. I think you just want a drama-free time. This is someone that you've already been dating, or they're in your immediate vicinity and they feel like, you know, they know you a bit. And they're like, I need to have Pisces. And it's not sexual, it's more like, I just love you, like I love everything about you. They think that they see the person that you are, you know. Look, with the Ace of Cups. They're in love. They are obsessed. They're obsessed. They're ready to go all in. The Devil, you know, they're ready to go all in with the Fool. And they're completely besotted with you. It's someone that you already know. They're in your vicinity. I don't think you're in a relationship with them. You could have dated them at a time, or they know you quite well somehow. I don't think it's an ex, honestly, because they wouldn't show up as a knight anyway. And you've got all these swords about the past, so you look like you're recovering from something. Oh my god, it's freezing in here. About to open all the windows because my mum was like, it stinks. Because of the sage. I didn't open the windows. And then I went out to the bathroom and just a big plume of like smoke went down the hall, and she was like, oh. Dance of souls, be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. Secret past, skeletons in the closet, not telling the whole story. Private relationship. You missed my mum complaining about the stink of the smoke. That's what you missed while you were cooking. No one heard it, only I heard it, but I've had to open all the windows and I'm freezing now. The Aquarius reading was like, their situation was toxic. It was like a false flame, or, you know, trauma bond, marriage, like family. Okay. Family situation. And so they need to listen to their mother. And they're going to get a message from someone new. It's going to upset the apple cart, but it's all going to be fine. They need to follow their own personal journey. Private relationships, something's gone on. Something's gone on with, I don't know why all this is coming out on this side. She's very dramatic. She's a Virgo. Our connection is intense and it scares me. Ooh, I've just got onto what this could be. Someone that you've had like a go-to. Pisces, this is someone that you've had a go-to situation with. I'm going to grab my dinner because she's going to shout and then I'll come back. I'm not going off, I'll just bring it in here. There's me saying, oh, it was like nice and warm today and I really enjoyed my walk. It's now freezing and windy and pouring down. I went for a walk at the right time. To be fair to it, I hadn't opened any of the windows in my room, so when I went out to the bathroom, like a plume of smoke went out, and even I went, ugh. It's not too bad now. It's pork chops for dinner. Yeah, so someone's in love, and I think someone you used, Pisces, someone you used to, you've had a private relationship with this person, like, I don't know if it's a colleague or someone from a friend group, like a friend of an ex, or something was taboo about it. Or they were never available or something like that. Our connection is intense and it scares me. They're completely in love. They want to take a leap of faith. Maybe they've got onto the fact that you're newly out of something and they're like, right, now's my time. Like, I'm going to take my shot, But they're in love with you. They're completely in love with you. They're like besotted. They're obsessively thinking about it and they want to go all in. Just in case you're worried, but I just don't know if this is like the wrong timing for you. Our connection is intense and it scares me. It could be a twin flame. Yeah, let's get these because these have these kinds of cards in. Yes, I've got applesauce. And there's a spare chop. Unblock me. It's someone that you blocked. I miss you and want to connect. Please unblock me, literally or energetically. Could be energetically, could be both. So we can speak. I have a lot to say. What is this absolute tea coming out? This is absolute tea. This is spicy. I don't think I've had anything like this for Pisces, like ever. Open yourself to love. It is safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. I don't know why I'm really enjoying this, but I am. It's like I need popcorn now, like it's a movie or something. We're nearly done now, but thanks for worrying about me. It's very sweet. No. Why is it saying no? Wait, let's do this one. I hope you'll wait for me. I feel the same way. You are so very special. You could feel like you're just not in the headspace to be like dealing with anyone and it's just bad timing. Or you could have blocked this person and thought there was too much drama surrounding it, it was too off and on. But they've seen that you've recently gone through something that was really dramatic and upsetting, and they want to be there for you. They're in love with you. Maybe it was them that caused the drama. I don't know what it was that you've gone through, but whatever it is, I don't think you're speaking to this person, you haven't for a while. But you were intimate with each other, probably more than once, and they're in love with you. They're completely obsessed with this, like, they want, like, to go 2 feet in, like, fully jump into a chapter with you, like, legit Romeo and Juliet vibes, like, very intense. Protection. Create a safe space within this circle. You are protected and empowered. Okay, so you haven't got to do what anyone else wants just because this person's excited. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Like, I could be in love with someone for 5 years and I will still, like, if they made themselves available, I'd be like, yes, I'm ready. You know, this person will wait if they need to wait. Do what you need to do. Visions. Look within, Francis. Your inner visions hold profound insights. Herbs. Nature's gifts are abundant. Utilize herbs for healing and for magic. Companion. Listen to your inner voice. Your spirit guide is there to assist you. You need to follow your gut on this one. No one can hurt you. If you're not ready for anything, then you don't have to do anything, okay? If you feel like this person is just a go-to, or they're an ex for a reason, or you don't feel the same way, or, you know, it was what it was at the time, but you're not interested now, you don't have to do anything, do you? But they are in love with you. They love you. They don't, you know, it's not coming up as Knight of Wands, like they just want to have sex with you, but it's not coming up like that at all. It's the Knight of Cups, which is Romeo and Juliet, like, I'm in love with this person, it has to be them. Like, they want a relationship. They want you to be theirs. They want to be yours. Mirror. In order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I'm open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror those new shifts. Oh, something profound going on here. You know your situation, right? So if this is your ex that wants you to unblock them, and they caused you a lot of pain. Listen to what they've got to say, because they are in love with you. Have their circumstances changed? Have those barriers been removed? Have the goalposts been moved? If not, then don't entertain it. If it's someone new, they're in love with you and they've got good intentions, okay? But you're going through a huge transition, like an ascension. It's not comfortable, but it's gonna yield like beautiful results. I just feel like I want to get you an angel number, because I feel like you're going through a lot and it might be a bit confusing, this reading, to know what to do. Can you give me an angel number for Pisces, please? 9999. Lessons learned. Culmination, results, benefits, reflection, completion. Take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrived at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive towards your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back. You made it and the reward goes to you. Ooh. This person, like, open yourself to love. Unblock me. Mirror, in order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I'm open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror those new shifts. Create a safe space within this circle. You're protected and empowered. When's this person going to contact, or if Pisces unblocks, you know, if this resonates and Pisces knows that they've blocked someone that is like high key obsessed with them, when are they going to come together? When you're truly ready for it. I do think that you've got some healing to do. They'll wait. This person will wait. They got no choice to wait, but that, you know, they're not going to lose interest. They're in love with you. Completely in love with you. You are so very special. I hope you'll wait for me. They're like thinking you're going to move on, you know, and like meet another person, and they don't want this window to like close where they think you're available, but I think you need some time to yourself for a while. It's someone you previously slept with multiple times that, you know, you had really passionate encounters with, that no one knew about this private relationship. You've got them blocked. And they're like besotted with you. Completely in love with you. I mean, this one's saying it's safe for you to love, so I don't think they want to hurt you, but you know when you're ready. Lessons learned. Mirror soul. Where was that mirror soul one? Where's that gone? Oh, it's that, isn't it? Yeah. There's been drama externally for you, and there's something you need to heal within you. Like, you need to put down boundaries. A bad person is a badly behaved person is a badly behaved person, whether they're related to you, whether they're a boss, whether they're this, whether they're that. They think they've known you since you were little and you've been best friends whatever many years. No. If someone's crossing your boundaries, then you put your foot down. If someone's playing you, then you don't, you know, keep going after players, because you're going to get the same behaviour. You don't keep forgiving a mother that's a bad mother, or a father that's a bad father, because you keep getting let down. So you've got to change something, and you've dropped the burdens, and you're trying to heal and stuff, and you don't want any drama. So I think you're in control now. Create the boundaries, create the peace for yourself that you want. And then when you feel like, in 6 months or whatever, when you feel ready to sort of be in a relationship and be vulnerable to someone, you can do, because this person's not going anywhere. They'll wait years if they need to. They might want it ASAP, but they're not going to move on from this. They're not going to forget about you. Not at all. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let's just get you a good fortune card, and then I will let you go. Oops. A mysterious message will reveal your true path. Ancient wisdom will find you. Listen for the whispers of the past. In time, you'll know what to do. Okay, and if you unblock this person, you will most likely resume something with them when you want to. And I think it'll be something really nice. Take care, Pisces. I'm intrigued to see what comes up next for you. Like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, please. Give it a hype. Share it with anyone that you think is going through this right now. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.